dawn breaks in the forest. The young hermit washes by the stream, preparing for rigorous labor in this unforgiving wilderness. It is a vital transition from sleep to the harsh reality of survival. Meanwhile, his loyal companion, Dick Eeg, awaits breakfast, turning a simple feeding into a heartwarming ritual of trust. Lush greenery thrives. The vegetable patch, meticulously tended, reflects careful planning. It serves as a calculated food reserve for the changing seasons. Each pepper and shoot silently narrates harmony between human diligence and nature. Hydration is paramount. The hermit transports heavy loads of stream water, ensuring every seedling receives the precise nourishment it requires to survive. This is not a mindless chore, but a strategic irrigation process that dictates the ultimate yield of his isolated farm. As he moves steadily between the neat rows, the steady flow of water over thirsty leaves guarantees the continuous cycle of growth in this remote sanctuary, while two small dogs play quietly in the distant shade. Cleanliness prevails. With a bamboo broom, the hermit systematically clears accumulated debris from the wooden deck to maintain a hygienic living space. It is not simply about aesthetics, but a necessary maintenance protocol to prevent structural decay in the humid forest environment. The rhythmic sweeping sound echoes through the trees, marking the transition from agricultural care to domestic upkeep. His playful dog bounds around, occasionally disrupting the steady rhythm, yet he persists with unwavering focus. This diligent effort ensures the sanctuary remains orderly and safe against the encroaching wild. Detail matters in the wild. He manually extracts scattered wooden fragments and stones from the soil, eliminating hidden hazards around the living quarters to ensure a safe environment. This is not merely a routine cleanup, but a crucial preparation for the heavy engineering work awaiting him further downstream. With focused determination, the hermit carries his iron shovel striding toward the water. He shifts his focus from domestic tidiness to large-scale environmental modification, ready to reshape the landscape with his own hands. Poultry calls echo softly through the quiet morning air. The hermit scatters corn kernels with practiced ease, efficiently managing his free-ranging flock to ensure a steady protein supply for the coming weeks. Yet the morning chores are far from over, as he now gears up for a grueling aquatic construction project downstream. Stepping into heavy rubber waders, he summons his loyal dog, Dick, quietly assembling his small team for the impending battle against the rushing stream. The river awaits. Wading into the knee-deep current, the hermit hoists a massive boulder to lay the foundational framework of his new dam. It is not a casual placement of rocks, but a calculated structural intervention designed to redirect the natural water flow with precision. The heavy splash marks the beginning of a strenuous physical endeavor, aimed at reshaping the local hydrology. He continues to search for secondary stones to fill the gaps, ensuring every crevice is sealed against the persistent force of the stream. Precision is key. He carefully levels the uneven surfaces, creating a stable base that can withstand the relentless pressure of the current. However, the true test of strength arrives when he submerges himself to pry loose a colossal triangular rock from the riverbed. This backbreaking maneuver ensures the core of the dam remains impenetrable, turning raw physical power into structural integrity. Each stone is placed with deliberate care, forming a small cascade pool that hints at the emerging design. The hermit works in silence, his muscles straining against the weight of nature. Yet his resolve never wavers as he builds his sanctuary. Architecture emerges from the water. He bridges a long rectangular stone across the gap, creating a vital connecting beam for the expanding barrier. Yet the structure demands significantly more mass to hold. With visible strain, he hoists a massive square rock to serve as a crucial load-bearing pier at the corner. By inserting heavy slabs vertically into the flow, the hermit deflects the current, systematically mastering the chaotic forces of nature through sheer, unyielding will. Sealing the gaps. He forcefully wedges flat stones into the remaining crevices, eliminating any potential weak points in the masonry. But physical rocks alone cannot guarantee a watertight seal against the persistent seepage. Therefore, he packs dense mud and sand against the downstream face, creating an impermeable barrier that transforms a loose pile of stones into a fully functional hydraulic dam. The final touches. After a brief respite to wipe away the sweat of exhaustion, he places the ultimate capstones to lock the entire structure in place. This is not just the completion of a physical wall, but the realization of a comprehensive water management system. Standing back to inspect the newly formed reservoir and assess the steady lines of his work, the hermit's eyes reflect the quiet satisfaction of a master builder who has finally tamed the flow. Waterproofing begins. The hermit unfolds a massive, transparent plastic membrane, introducing a modern synthetic solution to an ancient building technique. It is not a mere cover, but a critical anti-seepage liner designed to eliminate any microscopic water loss. By carefully smoothing out the wrinkles and anchoring the edges with heavy river stones, he ensures absolute hydraulic isolation for his newly created pool. Perfection is achieved. He meticulously folds the excess membrane, securing the perimeter with a final layer of smooth pebbles to prevent wind displacement. Yet the true measure of success lies in the water level. He probes the depth with a wooden stick to confirm the dam's holding capacity. The formation of a miniature waterfall below the barrier stands as undeniable proof of a flawlessly executed hydrological modification, marking the completion of his solitary labor. Rest is earned. The hermit embraces his loyal dog, Dick, sharing a quiet moment of pure affection on the wooden porch. This is not merely a casual break, but a vital psychological recharge after hours of grueling physical labor in the freezing stream. As he sips his warm tea and playfully interacts with the dog, the harshness of wilderness survival temporarily gives way to profound domestic tranquility. The gentle stroking of fur and the soft sounds of contentment create a sanctuary of peace, offering a stark contrast to the demanding rigors of his isolated existence. The day continues, leaving his resting companion behind. The hermit steps back into the jungle with a bamboo basket strapped to his back. His target is a thriving patch of mustard greens, which he systematically harvests to secure fresh vegetables for the upcoming meals. The swift slicing of the thick stems signals a seamless transition from hydraulic engineering back to traditional agricultural gathering. This deliberate rhythm underscores his deep connection to the land. The harvest proves heavy. He stuffs the bamboo basket to its absolute limit, bearing the substantial weight back through the rugged forest trail. Yet bringing the crops home is only half the process. As he immediately submerges the leafy greens into the flowing stream, this rigorous washing in cold natural water removes all soil and debris, ensuring the highest standard of hygiene for his food preservation. The clear current swirls around the vegetables, cleansing them thoroughly before they are lifted from the water. Each bundle is then placed neatly onto a woven tray, with droplets sliding off the fresh leaves. Preparation starts. He carefully transfers the washed greens onto a large circular windwing tray, allowing the mountain breeze to evaporate the excess surface moisture. But the drying process requires constant attention, prompting him to move the tray to a shaded rack before returning to the cabin. Inside, he begins the meticulous sorting process, separating the leaves to prepare them for the crucial salting and pickling stages. The pickling ritual commences. A generous handful of coarse salt is evenly distributed over the greens, initiating the osmotic process that draws out bitter juices. It is not just a random seasoning, but a precise chemical treatment, followed by a scalding hot water bath to soften the fibrous tissues. He then arranges the treated vegetables in a perfect radial pattern on the tray, maximizing air circulation for optimal dehydration. The dog sniffs curiously at the sharp scent, prompting a gentle shoo from the man as he continues his work with steady hands. The preservation process is now secured. The partially dehydrated greens are tightly packed into a large plastic jar, completely filling the available space. However, the final step requires pouring the original pickling brine to submerge the vegetables entirely, creating an anaerobic environment for fermentation. After sealing the heavy lid, the hermit sits down for a modest dinner, his hard-earned food reserve now safely locked away for the future twilight descends. He savors his simple meal in peaceful silence, occasionally glancing at Dick, who stands guard nearby with quiet loyalty. This quiet dinner is not merely a biological necessity, but a moment of deep reflection on the day's monumental achievements and the simple joy of survival. As darkness fully envelops the forest, the hermit picks up a green watering can. He steps out into the night to irrigate the crops, guided only by the faint, warm glow of cabin lights that pierced the surrounding gloom.